Rural industrialisation has its challenges, but there are opportunities for the daring entrepreneur and bold investor. To date, much of government policy has been focused on urban areas that are often regarded as less risky with fewer challenges.
I think the Department of Trade and Industry has identified the policy gap in terms of urban development and rural development, ensure that you grow the economy and industrializing the rural economy. And what we've now done is to relook at our policies and identify how we can use our natural resources as a driver and any other resources that are within those rural communities to advance those communities and organize them in particular projects to develop their economies. In terms of actual policies, I think the traditional knowledge bill has been handy, and the bioeconomy strategy has been the two key policies that have come alive because they talk to the medicinal plants, they talk to innovation, they talk to technology that only sits in the indigenous areas and rural areas of South Africa. But in the future, Dominic, I think the key thing is new cities, new rural cities where industrialization will happen. That is the policy direction we want to take. Urban money does go back to the rural community in terms of establishing the school fees and paying for social needs. But there is no economic development. So when you talk beneficiation, you are able to link rural development directly to ensure that in terms of primary production, not just for mining communities or people that have migrated, but the whole economy is supported by taking the rural economy as a source of what is happening in the urban community and using beneficiation as a key chain. So in our domestic value chain, we're interested in using rural areas as a feeder into the urban chain and using beneficiation and attaching those two together.
But I think the critical thing is about settlements is the fact that the mandate from 2009 enjoins us to look beyond shelter, but to ensure that we mobilize other stakeholders so that where we settle people by responding to their housing needs, we create more sustainable communities. Sustainability now talks socially, economically, as to whether there will be economic developments in those areas. Rural development becomes our sister or big brother in the sense that it links us with other partners, both private and NGO sector, in terms of mobilizing communities. So we create more sustainable communities in the areas of building houses. I think there are mega projects, I can't cite of them. Informal settlement upgrading in the two metros, but rurally we've gone to Krisani with mega projects, Alfred Nzo, Jogabi districts. There are major projects coming up of high volume projects. But the critical thing we're looking at is how do we rope in other stakeholders, the private sector, ensuring that those communities are active economically. I mean, we create more livelihoods and sustainability. Yeah.
But you remember South Africa historically was divided into developed areas with infrastructure and less developed areas without infrastructure. But the plus sign of that is economic development. With the strategy of going to rural areas, we will bring the infrastructure. There has been no reason to put up fancy roads, too much electricity, because there was no plan to be working in that environment. But with this beneficiation and the strategy to link industrialization to rural development, now that spend is economical. It wouldn't make sense to build a full hospital when you don't have the complement of the nurses or the urban areas, nor if you don't have enough patients. But when we bring industrialization via beneficiation, we'll be able to build and create, as I said, new cities. So those rural cities will bring the infrastructure spend. A lot of the capital spend in any project is usually in infrastructure.